Hello, trombones. We're going to do a quick investigation of Ode to Joy by Beethoven. Now, this is a tune that I'm sure you're familiar with. You've heard it before. But as you play it on your trombone, it's not going to sound much like Ode to Joy until we get together with everyone else. The tricky thing about this tune is that each instrument, trombones, trumpets, clarinets, and flutes, each instrument has their own part. And for the majority of this piece of music, trombones are playing a background part or a bass line that won't sound like the melody. So if you practice Ode to Joy, you might hear this. And that doesn't sound anything like Ode to Joy. It's not hard. Like, you don't even move your slide for the first two measures. And this is just hot cross buns notes. Hot cross buns. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So these are easy notes. It's easy to play, but it's odd for your ear because you're expecting to hear. And you will hear that when we're playing with other instruments or when you're playing along with the accompaniment, you'll hear those parts, but the trombones don't play them. The one spot where the trombones have a melody is here at measure 9. So at measure 9, you have, along with the clarinets, you have this. So you have that one part of the melody. It's your 2-measure moment of glory. And then you have 3 beats of rest, and you're back to playing background parts. Now, I'll tell you, these background parts, the trombones will have a lot of times in the music that you'll play moving on in your life, are some of the most important parts of the band because it provides this nice, rich foundation that all the other music sits on top of. So it's really important that we have these background parts being played, these bass lines. It really makes the band sound great. And one of the fun things about being a trombone player is oftentimes flutes and clarinets and trumpets ought to be playing a little bit softer to blend together. And a lot of times the trombones will be asking as music teachers, we need more sound, trombones, play out so we can hear that bass line. So it's sort of a fun job if you can get into it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to listen to Ode to Joy. I turn the accompaniment tempo up 125%. When you practice with Essential Elements Interactive, you can turn it down, the speed down or up, however you'd like it. But just for the video, we'll go a little faster. And as we're playing, I'm going to move the arrow along here to where the music is at. And I want you to really listen with your ear to see if you can hear these. And then when we get to measure 11, rest, rest, rest. So see if you can hear those harmony and bass line background parts while you're listening. Here we go. I'll move my arrow along here so you can hear it. Now you have the melody. Listen. Now you rest, go. 13 B flat. The rest of the tune you use your slide, first position. So starting right here, it's all first position. F, 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 B flat F, B flat F, B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat. We talked about it in class. This little symbol here, the little half circle with the dot underneath it in the middle of it, that's called a fermata. And a fermata just means you hold this note extra long. And if we were together in class, I would be the one telling everyone in the class how long we hold the note, big dramatic finish, and we all release together. When you're practicing on your own, for a whole note with a fermato over it, a good rule of thumb is instead of making it 4 beats, you can make it at least 6 beats. So maybe count to 6 instead of 4. That's a good rule of thumb. So that's the trick on this one, trombones. It's not very hard to play. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to your ear when you're playing alone. So you can, as you're playing it with this accompaniment, you can, you'll have to just get used to hearing the melody in your ear, but then also you're playing background parts that are a little bit harder sometimes to hear. So listen to it a few times and kind of move your finger along the music and try to pick out your part, and then practice your part alone. And then when you're feeling brave, turn on this accompaniment and you'll be able to hear your part along with it. All right, trombones, good luck with that. You'll do it.